Good morning. Quiet one yesterday. The obvious sides all delivered emphatically. Go Ahead Eagles and Feyenoord. Go Ahead, Feyenoord scoring the first two goals, so absolutely nothing really doing apart from 20-minute rule if you fancied that. Although 1.57 a little bit too high. Members will know what I'm talking about. 20-minute rule. Man City, job done. Precisely what you expect of these kind of odds. 0-3, 1-3, any other away score. So easy as you like. Quiet day. I don't know what happened with this. This match was finishing Udinese and Roma. So I'm not sure if that was tradable or not. And we had the Swedish Allsvenskan yesterday. Very quiet indeed. Although Malmo did get a very, very late winner. If you fancied laying the very late draw. Keeps them a 100% win record this season. Both teams to score in the last four and the other four matches. But no strong opinions just yet. It's very hard to research these matches so early in the season. Looking on to today, and it's my day off today. Let's have a look, see some of the matches. QPR and Leeds, 18th against 2nd. 2 matches remain. QPR still mathematically in the relegation dogfight. Only 4 points above the relegation zone. A win certainly nails it, of course, today. Leeds could go temporarily top with a win today. So talk about a motivating match. Naturally, you'd lay the late draw in this, given the need for 3 points for these two with 2 matches remaining. Talk about pressure. QPR have lost 3 matches at home against the top 4 by a single goal. So this might be a very, very tight one this evening. A 1-2 if Leeds win, 1-2 or a 0-1. Real Sociedad against Real Madrid, 2.5 the favourite. So do note that. And I think, got to be very careful. We are pre-Europa League, pre-Champions League. Head off to the 30th. Bayern Munich, Real Madrid. So this could severely impact Real Madrid's performance today. That distraction. So deep are they in the Champions League, and they're away from home, and they're against the top 6 sides. So this could be a very difficult match. The good thing about Real Madrid's position is they're 11 points. They've got an 11-point gap at the top, so they can afford to rest some players today, take the hit, and hope that the Champions League will be beneficial to them. So you've got to bear that in mind. And I better put that here. Champions League upcoming. Got to be so careful with these Champions League matches which are upcoming, because they are a huge distractor. So bear that in mind. Bochum and the Hoff, 16th against 10th, 4 matches remain. Heidenheim are only 7 points above the relegation. I don't know why I put Heidenheim. That must be Hoff. Bochum are in the relegation playoff place, but a win today will drag 4 teams at least into the relegation arguments. This is a crucial match for both teams today. As you know, with Hoffenheim, a very, very difficult side to read. But they do get goals before half-time. That's what we exploited last week. And we got a nice reminder from one of the members in the live stream, and we profited from it. As ever with Hoffenheim, ain't got a clue. You don't know which Hoff turns up. French League 1, Montpellier against Nantes, 12th against 14th, 4 matches remain. Montpellier, 8 points above relegation, Nantes, 3 points above. The onus is on Nantes to take points off the near rival. Keep Montpellier in the argument. Montpellier here have scored in the last 11 and the last 5 at home. They've scored 2+ goals in the last 4 home matches. Nantes had better be a little wary about that. Only 2 draws since the 17th of September for Nantes, so lay any late draw. And expect second half goals if we don't get any first half. 63% of home goals have come second half in Montpellier matches. Frosinone, Salernitana. Well, Salernitana are down. Frosinone are in the relegation zone and can still survive. Hence the market's clear indicator towards Frosinone. 4 consecutive draws for them, though, suggests a fight. A couple of 0-0s. against better sides than Salernitana suggests they can keep Salernitana quiet. I do remind you, this is not Brazil versus France. It's not a high-quality affair. So just be careful. 1.44 is a tad short for a side in the relegation dogfight. Although Salernitana have got nothing to work with. Irish First Division. It's a little early in the season. Cork are unbeaten. Soccer Stats says Cork is a home side, but in two other websites, William Hill and Soccer 24, they are the away side. So we'll work on that away basis. Cork are unbeaten. All four of their draws this season have come away, so they are more vulnerable away from home. But this looks a good opportunity for them to continue their good form. Finn have scored 2 goals only once at home, so they might be vulnerable. Athlone against Cove Ramblers. Only 4 wins for Athlone, but 3 wins in the last 4. So suddenly upping the win tally. They're unbeaten in home. Cove's sole win away came against Finn Harps, a team they've already beaten twice this season. So they don't look that solid, that form for Cove Ramblers. Bray against Kerry. All of Bray's defeats, 4 of them have come against early season top 5 sides. Kerry are early season second bottom. So this could be a good chance for Bray to get a result. They're scoring 2+ goals as well. If they can return to that, that should be enough for Kerry. A loss and 4 draws away for Kerry. So Kerry are drawing. Is a draw the best case for them today? Treaty United against UCD, 2.3 the favourite. 0-1 win for Treaty in the last head-to-head. Only one home win came against 8th. UCD are second, and Treaty have failed to score against the top 3 at home. So it doesn't suggest that Treaty can get a good result against the top 3 side. UCD looks solid away as well, beaten 4th, 5th, 8th and 10th. So despite the odds, I would be favouring University College Dublin. On the Irish Premier Division, Drogs against Sligo, early season 9th against 7th, so these two are struggling. Yeah, not for me, 2.5 the favourite. Dundalk and Bohemians, 2.37. Bohemians are top 4. Dundalk are yet to meet the top 4 at home. So we've got a bit of a question mark there. 1-0 loss last head-to-head. Dundalk have failed to score at home in 5 matches. So that could be a sign of bother this evening. They've failed to score at home. So if they score a single goal, are they really going to follow up with 2 consecutive? Shelbourne against St Pat's, first against 6th. 1-2 win last head-to-head for Shelbourne. St Pat's have yet to score that second goal away from home. This could be vulnerable if leading. Away defeats for St Pat's saw both teams score. Waterford and Derry will be favouring Derry on current form. 4 draws and a loss away though for Derry. They're not very good travellers. But only one home win for Waterford came against 6th. They're playing 3rd today. They have scored and conceded without winning against the top 2. Is that going to continue today against Derry, who won emphatically in the head-to-head? Shamrock Rovers against Galway. Shamrock having a good season. They're unbeaten at home and have scored 2+ goals, at least in 3 out of 4 home matches. 3 out of 4 defeats for Galway were 1-0, including an away defeat against First. Their only away defeat. 4 clean sheets in 5 away matches. This could be attack v defence. So watch out for improved defensive display, at least from Galway this evening. And a caveat, if doing the Irish leagues, it's very, very early in the season, isn't it? So please take your cue from the market as well. Make sure you've got an in-play stats feed of some description. Here's to Divizzi, where we've been very, very close on a number of occasions to our fun, both teams to score and over 2.5 goal accumulator on a Friday. It's getting closer. You might want to include them in trebles, doubles, so you can pick up a little bit more of a return. So it's an interesting night tonight. It's my day off. I will be working for you on a Saturday and a Sunday. Galatasaray away at Adana Demirspor. Probably Austrian Bundesliga. Austria Vienna favourite. We might have some Belgian football today. Eupen and Schalwar doesn't look that appealing. Heading on down the seas. Likely we'll get to Croatia next. HNL 1 League. Evens favourite Istra against Slavan Bulupu. And the Super League, Vejle. We normally see goals in Vejle matches in the Danish Super League. Moving on down, Championship, QPR and Leeds. Did I research this one or have I missed it out? No, we have done it, yeah. QPR and Leeds, laying the second half 0-0. Could be a tight match with QPR a little too near the relegation zone. And Ipswich a little too near to Leeds' automatic promotion spot. So, as I say, any late draw in matches with sides who both need points. Like Houseliga, we've got a very strong favourite at 4 o'clock and into Turku. That will catch my eye a bit later on. French Ligue 1, Montpellier against Nantes. We'll have a quick look at the standings. Oh, we've already looked at that, haven't we? We had the luxury of researching it. German Bundesliga 2. Hanover are away at Hertha Berlin. St. Pauli, when they're these odds, normally deliver 2+ goals. So just be careful of that this evening. St. Pauli, look out for that pattern. They tend to oblige to be very reliable this season. They are on the cusp of a German Bundesliga season next season. Italian Serie B could be important this evening as well. Venezia, I think, are up there near the top. Indeed, they're third. A win today could take them, arguably, into an automatic promotion spot. So watch out for motivator. Huge motivator for Venezia this evening against Cremonese. 7:30 for that. This is what it's all about at this stage of the season. Motivation, 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 rather than season-long research. You've seen a lot of form lines thrown out the window as these underdogs are beating top 3, top 4 sides because of that desperate need for points. Piasklavici, possible play there a bit later on at 5 o'clock. Odds on favourite at home. Gil Vicente and Arouca, not a match I'm interested in Portugal. Let's have a look at anything else doing this evening. Scottish Championship, probably too illiquid, but as a one-off, you've got an away side. Odds on favourite. Dundee United must be near the top of the league. Indeed, they're top of the league, top of the tree. Don't know how many matches are remaining. I'm assuming it will be the same as in England, 38 perhaps. So they're very comfortable at the moment. 6-point gap. That's 2 consecutive wins for Raith to catch them. So Dundee United, I would be looking at that this evening. Just given their really solid season. Possibility of them delivering away from home. Any Swedish Allsvenskan today? Probably not. We had nearly a full set of matches yesterday in Sweden. And don't forget, this is pre and post Champions League. And I'm just going to shove that power tool where the sun don't shine. Excuse me for a second. There's always one, isn't there, with this power tool. Thankfully, that shut him up. So where were we? I've lost my train completely. Champions League. So you've got to look out for Bayern Munich's performance. Don't forget they have lost the title. Champions League should be assured next season. So if they're playing over this weekend, Bayern Munich, likely they'll be resting quite a lot of their star players with this match in mind. On Wednesday, we've got Dortmund against Paris Saint-Germain. So watch out for the performances from Dortmund and Paris Saint-Germain this season. Oh, sorry, this Saturday, this Sunday, not this season. Because we're so deep in the competition now. And I'm just trying to get to the Dortmund match. They're away at Leipzig. It's going to be incredibly difficult. And you can see there, this is the Champions League factored in. And how. Let's have a look at Paris Saint-Germain. They're playing Le Havre at home. And again, this is a kind of match where the Paris Saint-Germain manager might think, I'm going to rest a few stars. We've got Le Havre, the newly promoted side. They're on a bit of a bad run at the moment. I might rest Kylian Mbappe et al. Get us nice and fresh for the Champions League. This is what we have to contend with this weekend. It's wondering whether these sides are going to be affected. Of course they are, because they're so deep in the competition. Thursday, for a whole raft of sides as well. Marseille, Atalanta, Roma and Leverkusen. Of course, Leverkusen don't need to win anymore. Aston Villa, Olympiacos, Fiorentina and Club Brugge. So these are your 8 sides to look out for this weekend in any of their matches. Because they will be impacted. This is getting deep in the competition now, isn't it? And then we go to the next Tuesday. I'm likely to see the rest of the Champions League sides on the 7th of May. Oh, it's a return for PSG and Dortmund. and it's a return for Real Madrid and Bayern Munich. So it's as you were. This is going to make this a crucial weekend, 4th and 5th. It's a sandwich weekend. And don't forget, on Wednesday, we've got the Conference League on Wednesday, Club Brugge and Fiorentina, instead of a Thursday. Thursday, we might have the Europa League. It's taking a while to... There we go. Atalanta, Marseille, Leverkusen, Roma. So it's an important weekend for all of these named sides. It's a sandwich weekend. You're deep into the season. You're in between two important Europa League and Conference League and Champions League matches. You will be impacted this weekend. It's going to be doubly so as well. So just be very, very careful with that. Of course, I'll be there to guide you this weekend. We've got to tread warily, particularly with any of these sides playing away from home, particularly when they don't have to win, i.e. Bayer Leverkusen. Let's have a look at the tennis from yesterday. Hopefully, if you're doing this daily, it'll take you a matter of a few minutes. Figure out why the losing one's lost. Would you have been able to suss that out yourself? Would you have been able to find the winners just based on the pre-match odds and the first set result? So let's have a look. There we go, 1.22. Algo Alcine losing the first set to Nishioka, winning the second emphatically. 1.29, no, well, he won the first set, so that's okay. 1.44, job done. 1.53. Now, why did he lose? Normally, this is down to tight rankings. As I said, you're getting up to this outside the top 50. You have to be a little careful. This is why I think if you read these reviews pre-match, you might pick up on some little clues like injuries, etc. Richard Gasquet is still, still going strong at his age. So a lot of odds on favourites. This would have been better had Galan won the first set in a tiebreaker. Bautista Agut, Spaniard in Spain. You bet he's going to give 110% and cover every blade of grass. 1.62, job done. Again, 1.44. Kovacevic lost the first set, won the second. It's the same as an underdog scoring the first goal, isn't it? As I've said before, you can get as deep into this as you want. We've even got in-play stats to work off. I haven't sussed out how to read these stats yet. What are the key stats to look for? Break points converted, break points saved. The fact that this guy saved 3 out of 4 break points, Medvedev suggested that his serve was really being pressured. Would you agree with that? That could be an important stat. Winners, unforced errors. Again, unforced errors count. That's relatively high. Return points won, service points won. You want to see a high percentage of service points won. So I'm very new to tennis, although I've been trading it for a while. It's not quite as expert for me as a football is. I don't know these players that well. You really do need to know your players and read your research. Got another 1.44 here. That's as much we were just looking at. This is what you expect. 1.04. Rafa. No worries, mate. So do keep an eye on the tennis. How long's that taken me? Less than 5 minutes. So if you can take 5 minutes out of your day just to have a look, this could pay dividends for you over the summer. Once we get rid of the season proper, we'll be moving over to the tennis and looking at it in greater detail. 6 love for Arango against 1.44. Normally that suggests possible injury concern. But when it's 121st in the world, you've got to take her on. I don't know why she won 6 love. Maybe it was nerves from Yastremska. You've also got to factor in with the ladies, I hate to say it, but periods, when they have their period. Because I think that's an important element to some underperformances in the ladies' game. As, of course, it's impossible for us to know, but full moon over this week, I don't No, that could be a reason. They're going to get their cramps, of course, and everything like that. Naomi Osaka, she's the Arthur Daly or Derek Trotter of tennis. Couldn't trust her as far as you could throw her. She is the epitome of wokeness. Awful, weak-minded Naomi Osaka. Hugely talented, but just attitude all over the shop. So I wouldn't be trusting her to win that second set, even though she did. Hugely talented, but sorely lacking. Again, 1.1, that's what you expect. 6-love, 6-love. Don't expect this. 1.44 losing 6-4, 6-4. Again, check the rankings. 82nd against 19th. Again, Kudermetova, as she recently had an injury. These are the kind of things to check out for. Adelaide injury scares. So I don't know the year of this. 10 months ago. You've got to be careful with injuries. TennisExplorer.com has a list of injuries. You'll find it down the bottom. All injured players. And you'll also have a list of returning players, which I think would be key. That could give you a reason why some of these players are losing. And of course, the market's going to get it wrong now and again. We can't over-trust the market. So I'm sure we'll figure out a system eventually with trying to get a high strike rate. We don't get as big profits as we would with the football, with the tennis. But as you can see, there's a lot of it about, and it's with us until September now. And in the meantime, you've got 3, count them, 3 Grand Slam tournaments. So once the season proper is over, I'll be looking a lot more in depth, and I've got a lot to pass on to you. I've been writing tennis trading manual. I didn't think it was good enough because I'm not an expert at tennis, but I think given the fact I've written all of this stuff out, it'll be an obvious ploy to just share it with you, wouldn't it? So we've got all of these ideas here. I'll be working my way through these each day to just get them in a presentable format. The Yaz trade, for example, this is an obvious one. You lay any player 1.1 odds or lower, 1.04 for example. The only way is up, as Yaz said. If you back at 1.04, you've only got 0.4 increments before you win. If you lay, it's unlimited, all the way up to 1,000. And look at that, Andy Murray down 0-2 in the second set. 2 sets down in. Oh no, he lost by 2 sets. Yeah. So that's a 1.04 shot going down. So they do lose. The liability is very, very low. So this is the kind of stuff I can pass on to you as a Football Trading Profits member, and I hope you'll find it useful. I know there's 1 or 2 members who do trade the tennis. Matchstat is a good website to do your research manually. But again, you could use the reviews. I wonder if they've got a tennis review at Soccerway. If they've got a tennis version of Soccerway. Tennisway.com perhaps, I don't know. A bit like Soccer24 has tennis24.com. Let's have a look. Tennisway. We might stumble onto something. No. So it's only Tennis24. When you're looking at the reviews, make sure you're looking at them before the match is done. And oftentimes what you could do is have a look at this, see what ChatGPT would say. So let's have a quick look at this one. Give me a report and arguments as to which of these 2 players as to which of these two players will most likely win. So something like that. Oh. Let's see if we can do it the second time. So you get the idea anyway. Well, I'm not going to wait, but you get the idea. Use ChatGPT to help you out. Returning players, see if there's any of them coming in, because they might be vulnerable. Is there a set down and they're on this list? Could they be a set down because they're coming off the back of an injury? Well, I'll leave you with that. I won't be around this evening. My day off today. I've put in a lot of late hours for you this week, and they've paid off, thankfully, in some really good green screens. Day off for me. Enjoy this evening. I'll be up and around for you tomorrow for a live stream and Telegram throughout the day. It looks like another compelling coupon, but we're getting to the business end. So business end, Liverpool still must win in case, for example, Arsenal are playing Tottenham Hotspur. So that's going to be problematic for the Arsenal in their title hopes. So Liverpool must keep winning, but they've got another tricky away match. Fulham and Crystal Palace is a London derby, but you've got to side with Palace. 3 consecutive emphatic wins. Quite outstanding. Man United, well, they did it against Sheffield United, but very, very unconvincingly. Can they do so against Burnley? Condemn Burnley. Newcastle against Sheffield United should put Sheffield United down. Wolves against Luton. Luton must win. They're given an opportunity against Wolves, whose season is petering out. Everton are safe. So that's a tricky match to call against Brentford. Lack of motivating factors. Aston Villa and Chelsea. Aston Villa pre-Europa Conference League. Is that going to impact them again? Against the Chelsea, who, for me, have impressed. I don't know what the fuss is about, apart from that drubbing by the Arsenal. I don't know what the fuss is about with Chelsea. They're going to be on the improve next season. Have a great Friday. I will see you again on Saturday. And don't forget the tennis. Don't forget Ad Blocker wants your money.